Yo, what is up, y'all? How's it doing? Or, fuck, how are you doing? This morning, I woke up and I saw on this Twitter that a little teaser. We gonna watch this. I haven't seen it yet. We gonna watch this. We gonna check this out. Is that camera? Oh, is Spring Truck gonna have a camera system? Is that what this is implying? Or is that? Fuck. Was that a vent? Is this power gonna be a camera? Is my camera fucked up? What the fuck? What the fuck? Alright, let's continue. But hold up. This also gives us a good look at the pizzeria and the map and stuff. Oh, what's happening? On this one too, do not leave the stove on if you leave the kitchen. Did no one read the employee booklet? Booklet, my bad. Yo, there we go. So here's the bathroom. Oh wait, look at there's like things to switch cameras. So this is definitely his power. So you can switch from camera to camera. Wait, but that's too much like the singularity though, isn't it? Because the singularity's power is literally cameras. Or maybe this is survivors that have the cameras. And that's why Spring Truck's power. That would be pretty cool. And there's a vent, so I wonder if maybe his power is actually just like he can vent. Cause that would be a pretty cool power too. You get a good look at the map, the bathroom. Yeah, right here you can see it switch from thing to thing, so that's definitely the power for either survivor. Ooh, what was that room? This looks like a weird back room. Posters on the walls, weird gloopy shit on the stuff. Arcade right there, so that's where the ball pit is. Stage is right there, I think, or it might be right there. I can't really see very good. And the vent sounds like it's right on there. So, or maybe it was like there. Anything else? Okay. Nothing really else on that. Like Twitter. Twitch drops. I don't need them. It's pretty. That's pretty cool, but and then oh, there's this too. Okay, this is just the same thing, isn't it? It might be a little different. The quality looks a little better than Twitter. That's a prize counter, maybe. Yo, the Black Daylight X Fly Nice and Friends. In this trailer we seen with Spring Trap reveal, which looks awesome. Can't wait to use Spring Trap as a killer. That's not fun. Oops, is live right now. Oh no, it's gonna start till 30. So when does what's the stream start? 10:50. It's 10:30. The time is holding. Spring tab and y'all what? I bet I could get a Survivor game in real quick while we waiting. Excuse me. Trap. Everybody's live doing this today. Everybody. This morning, like my hair just don't. Woke up, got in the shower, did my stuff with my hair, and my hair just didn't want. My hair just did not want to do it, and it was so irritating. And I'm so tired right now. Like, let me wake up this early. And the only reason I woke up was because I wanted to try to. I didn't have a like thumbnail and stuff ready, so I was like, shit. I was supposed to do that last night, but I fell asleep because I was tired. So I fell asleep, and then I woke up and I was like, shit. I got like an hour that I can make this thumbnail, so I hurried up and quickly did a thumbnail as quick as I could. Just put some random fucking pictures on. Man, it was a pretty simple like thumbnail, but that's okay as long as I didn't could. Could have done better, but I just did not have.
Create a voiceover using your own voice. Customize with AI to fit any
Stream started. I don't know what that song was. Like, what the fuck? How, y'all wasn't gonna tell me that my mic wasn't working. Y'all was green, bruh. Y'all was green, bruh. Y'all wasn't gonna tell me my mic wasn't working, bruh. This is bull honky. Why is my bro? Why is my mic like to do that dumb shit, bro? Like why? Hey, stream started. Bro, my mic is so fucking stupid, bro. I was just stop working. Okay, hold on. Take it down. Is that good? Stream so late though. This is literally a 5 minute late stream. Come on, just gotta hurry, bro. Stream gotta hurry. Wait, what? Why am I responding? Wait, what? Oh shit! I wasn't even playing it. Okay, stream started soon. How soon though? I think it said it said 11, right? It said 11. Boy, bang animatronic. What? My mic better stay working, bro. I swear, bro. Cause this might be making me so mad. Cause it be doing this all the time. Like it be doing this all the time. It just don't work. Yo, my computer is bugging. Why is my computer bugging, bro? It's being so weird, bro. Oh shit, we got 2 minutes, 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 2 minutes. Minutes, 2 minutes. It's 8 right now. Was my mic not working from the beginning, though? Oh, fuck. Working, man. Get out. Wait, so stop right there. It was once I got into the game. Oh, we got 1 minute, 1 minute. Right there, stop right there. That's fucking annoying. So fucking stupid, bro. Just not working. Where did it start? Oh, it's 11. It's 11. It's 11. The rotten bunny. The rotten bunny. The rotten green bunny. Come on, come on. It's fucking 11. It's 11:01. Oh, start the stream. Start the stream, mate. Come on. Come on, start the stream, man. Start the stream, man. Come on. I'm ready. I'm ready. It's fucking 11:01. Start the fucking stream, bruh. Start the stream. Oh, my back is cracked. Oh, boy. Start the fucking stream, bruh. It's 2 now. It's literally 2 now. Start the fucking stream. Are you playing us right now? Wait, are you playing us right now? I almost fell asleep. They were like, you gotta go wait. Free Palestine. Yo! Did it say Free Palestine? They remove Quentin. That's literally my character, though.
We're here.
Oh, the stream started.
We're here. We're live in Montreal. We're live in our studio, in our brand new studio. In the studio.
New studio, who it is,
Who
right?
that?
That palette.
That is a palette. That is also a coffee table.
It's got coasters.
You know, you recognize this, but also not a picture frame. That is actually a video.
Oh, I
stream.
do.
We're not going to make use of it today because we literally just got it installed. Streams in the future. We're going to be having a lot of fun.
No! Oh, fuck you, better
There's a
stop.
lot of these, they look like static picture frames, but really, so yes, hello, welcome. There are a lot of you out there. Thank you for joining us. This is actually our second live stream of the month of May.
What up?
Earlier, we were at PAX East in Boston, where also a bunch of people showed up in person, which was an incredible delight to meet so many people I only knew as online names, and to ham it up in front of a live audience was pretty fun. So we just wanted to say thank you for that. That you know, was our first big live event in a long time, and y'all showed up. So hopefully that means we can do more. And the only negative of that event, we were not joined by Dork.
Yes.
due to visa issues.
Yeah, it was really sad to be watching from the sidelines, but the hype in that room was electric. Like even being at home, but just rooting you guys, that was just amazing. So I truly hope that maybe in the future I'll be able to meet you guys in person. But for now, let's get into
Yo.
today's live stream, which we're talking about
Can't
part
stop
2
talking yet
of
and
our
get to the
anniversary
fucking
live stream
showcase?
with the Dead by Daylight Five Nights at Freddy's official live stream. And today, especially at PAX, you guys got a little taste about what was coming with this chapter.
want a
But
big
now
taste, though.
we're going to be
I want a
talking
big
about
taste.
the map, the new gameplay, and the anniversary event, which is right around the corner.
We just gave them an app, and now they're getting the full pizza.
Yeah, the new full pizza.
Yeah.
So if you are new to Dead by Daylight, which I suspect some of you are, there are a lot of people here. I'm looking at the wrong camera. Hello, camera 2. If you're new to Dead by Daylight, I just want to quickly explain
50,000
what's going on today. We're doing our stream, obviously, and generally we try to do these when we have either a release of the full chapter or, as is the case today, a PTB. If you don't know what PTB is, a public test battle.
Beta.
Flipping knows. What it is a test tool for us on the development team. Truly, it's a chance for us to get the build out early, find some rough edges, anything that might not be working, and get it up to gear, up to snuff for the full release, which is coming on June 17th. So I just wanted to set the stage for you in case you didn't know what PTB is, because we'll mention it a few times. But that is planned to go live as soon as we
Player
wrap up
test
the
build.
show here today, if we time it perfectly. So
Or public
stay
test
tuned.
build.
All right, so Five Nights at Freddy's
Yep.
is our most requested chapter of all time. You have wanted this for a long time. FNAF fans have wanted it for a long time. DVD fans have wanted it for a long time. I have wanted it for a long time. Now it's actually happening. So let's not delay any longer. We'll show you what's coming in the show today with the run of show.
On the show.
So,
Playing
let's
Aspen
kick things
Trap,
off with
the
a
final
segment
twist
that
and
you've been
masquerade,
waiting for,
upcoming
Five Nights at
collections,
Freddy's gameplay,
creative program,
playing
live
as
Q&A.
Springtrap.
Playing
And
Spring
helping
Trap.
us
Give me
over
that.
there.
Give me that right
You
now.
Go back with us to talk about Springtrap's gameplay, but also the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza map.
Yes, and then next I'll be joined on the couch with Justin Banks, who's going to break down this year's anniversary event and show us everything's going to be happening for this last Twisted Masquerade. Then
Wait, the
we'll have a
final
new face
Twisted
on the
Masquerade?
couch, which is going to be Hollis from the product team, who's going to be running through the latest
Final?
collections that'll be rolling into the fog here in a couple of months. And then after that, Eric and I will be back on the couch to talk about the Dead
Wait,
by
what?
Daylight Creator Program, which I know a lot of our content creators out there are at the edge of their seats waiting to hear news about, so stay tuned.
And we also have another thing to share with you that is new. Maybe you saw it in your news yesterday in the game. Little spoiler. We're going to be talking about the extremely cool new Dead by Daylight stats tracker that's coming up. We're going to be able to look at your in-game stats and progress as you play, which is really neat.
Yes, I cannot wait to see how many
Wait,
times
what
I've
are
died.
final masquerade?
After that, well, obviously, it's going to be, wouldn't be a Dead by Daylight live stream without having some Twitch drops. And we're going to have 3 amazing Twitch drops for players to go ahead and redeem on Twitch. So make sure you're looking at the Twitch chat or looking at the QR code to go ahead and make sure you're linking your behavior account so that you're not missing it. It starts today up until June 10th, but maybe, Eric, you want to tell us what we're going to get?
I do, although I don't know that it matches what's in the image. So
Final
we have
feast.
3
Why
drops
final,
for you,
though?
but actually the first drop is a combo. You're going to get blood points as well as the smiling clown badge. Sorry, I don't. What I have written down versus what's in that image are not the same.
Yo, he is so zesty,
we're going to
bro.
learn together. How we get it. Smiling
Yeah,
clown
he's
badge,
zesty,
200,000 blood points bundled
This
together
I'm
for
being-
watching 1 hour. A clown den banner for watching 3 hours, and a pin the tail on the Maurice charm for anyone who accumulates 6 hours of watch time. Oh, Maurice, how I miss thee.
I miss him. I have to do my little head pats at the map.
I know. I hope he returns to us soon.
Soon.
One last thing we did want to mention, if you've been around for a few weeks, we're running a charity program at the moment, which I've been so psyched about, tied to Aurella's release, and it has already, well, it's finished, but it has over $200,000.
Oh my God.
And that's before the multiplier that we're still calculating right now. So thank you to everyone who contributed to that charity. It's going to a really great cause, the Saint Justine Foundation here in Montreal, to help kids and their moms. So thank you, thank you. We'll announce the final number when we have it from the numbers people, but it is well over $20,000, so crazy.
That's a lot of money.
Okay, without further ado, let's talk about Five Nights at Freddy's, playing
Yes.
Springtrap, and bring out our dear friend Jay Guzzo, the killer's designer.
Okay, is that chase music? Or is that the mob music? Is this chase music, bro? Because this chase music is fucking scary. Oh shit. What the fuck?
Whoa! I was waiting for Jay to tell us when we're ready, but we're live! See, we told you it's live. You didn't believe us. Okay, so hi, Jay.
Hi.
So from the time that we announced that Five Nights at Freddy's was coming to Dead by Daylight, obviously the excitement has been off the charts for Five Nights at Freddy's fans, for DVD fans, for myself, maybe you, and you know, people are speculating. Who's the killer going to be? Are we going to get a map, et cetera, et cetera? We answered those things in a high-level way at PAX a few weeks ago. Indeed, we will have a killer, Springtrap. For the first time ever, you get to play as Springtrap instead of be terrorized by Springtrap. Well, if you're a survivor, you'll still be terrorized. And also, we'll be bringing a new map. So Jay has come here to join us. And
Yo,
if
that
you,
music was so
have
hype.
watched
I'm not
streams
gonna lie,
before,
man.
you would know Jay from such hits as Chucky and also Dracula. Jay is the killer designer on both of those, as well as Springtrap. So, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, and I'm excited to be here.
I'm also excited for you to be here,
Oh.
Jay. So let's get into it. So as I mentioned, you worked on some pretty iconic licenses already. So when you were assigned Five Nights at Freddy's, what was it like when you first started working on that chapter?
It was really interesting. I didn't have a lot of experience with it. Excuse me, my voice is my throats are a little dry today. I was obviously aware of it. I mean, everybody is. It's become so iconic in such a short period of time. But I'm going to be honest, I didn't really realize how kind of deep the lore and the story went
Yes.
before I started kind of looking into this chapter. So it's been cool, and like the story is way more horrifying than I ever thought it would be, to be honest.
Oh yes, despite how cute it is, very horrifying. And actually, I think that's a very initial common ground DVD fans and FNAF fans will have. Deep lore on both games, much more than you'd expect. And once you dig in, it's really cool stuff.
But it's
and it
all
goes,
just a
like you
theory,
said,
though.
it goes places.
Yeah.
So I guess
Theory.
the way you mentioned it, sounds like you had to do a lot of research to get up to speed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. You know, one of my favorite things about doing licenses like this is they give me an excuse, I guess, a reason to become like a real big nerd about one specific franchise or IP, and that's always amazing. You know, Chucky, I got to watch all the movies, and Dracula, we played the games and watched stuff. So this one, I did the same thing. I jumped in. My main thing was YouTube and Twitch, watching streams. I watched 60 to 70 hours of content of some of the more popular streamers, I guess we could say, all through all the games, including the VR stuff and things. You know, not just to see the games and how they played, but also the players, how they react, the community, how they react, what the inspiration for the experience of FNAF, Five Nights at Freddy's, excuse me,
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think that's a really special thing. You didn't just tackle it from a mechanics point of view. You wanted to understand the community. You wanted to understand
Yeah.
the players, make them feel as welcome in DBD as possible. Dead
Yeah.
by Daylight, sorry. No, we're gonna be doing this a lot. It's just quicker to use acronyms. So I think that's a great touch. So any surprises you found along the way as you were doing that?
Yeah, I mean, this won't be a surprise to most people, but it was to me. Was like I said, just how passionate the community is. They're like you said, it's very similar to DBD in that respect of like very passionate fans and very passionate community. People who kind of they watch the trailers and they watch gameplay and they pixel peep.
Oh, yeah.
And they kind of start stringing things together. And I imagine there's at least a few Five Nights fans with like the boards with pictures and the string all over them.
Yes, which Jay, you're kind of famous for with Dracula. Hand drew some meme-worthy art, so maybe we'll have some more. But yeah, they're probably picking apart our outfits as we speak. Like, what does it mean?
Bro,
What
he
does
is
it-
such an
I just want
unk,
people to
bro.
see my cool new mint
He is
colors.
such an unk,
I
bro.
just wanted people to
They
see.
both are doing the
I don't know, like,
zesty
show.
ass, put their
My
leg
daughter
over
bought
their
me,
other like.
Freddy Fazbear socks for Christmas.
Got Freddy on the feet. Likewise, my son gave me his Freddy plush for good luck today. So we are loving it over here.
And that's an
So
expensive
before we
ass
jump into the
fucking plush,
gameplay,
y'all do know that.
why don't you tell us about how you started to approach the design of Springtrap?
Yeah, it was a really interesting one.
Fucking stop loading, bitch. Play the fucking video, motherfucker.
Because obviously, if you know both games, gameplay-wise, they're pretty diametrically opposed. Five Nights at Freddy's is really about sitting still. You manage resources, particularly the battery, and try not to get killed. Whereas DBD is all about moving around, doing the gens. If you sit still, you're gonna get yourself
Not a
killed.
good
It's not a great idea. So it really became about kind of nailing down what the quintessential Five Nights at Freddy's experience is. Things like the security office, the battery power, all those amazing jump scares,
Yes.
and just kind of figuring out how to adapt that into the context of DVD.
Perfect. So with that transition, let's get into Springtrap specifically and his gameplay.
Yes.
Yeah. So one of the goals for Springtrap was to figure out how to lean into those jump scares, which are kind of
Jump
the
scares.
thing about the Five Nights at Freddy's games, right? Without making him just a straight up stealth killer, which was something we wanted to avoid. So I had this idea of doing something that we'd never really tried before, where we focus Springtrap kind of as a grab-based killer, because we have
Yo.
grabs in DBD. They are inherently.
Yo.
jump
This shit
scares
looks
in
tough as
themselves,
fuck.
which,
Yo, this shit looks
it's right
tough
there.
as fuck,
So we
bro.
just kind of leaned
This
into
model
that
is actually
and
fucking awesome,
gave
bro.
him more of those
Oh
opportunities.
my
There
fucking
it is right there on screen.
God,
there,
bro.
right?
There it is, yeah.
I think we even have another one of him doing a little bit of a grab.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then look at him inside of him.
We also
Pause.
gave him a pretty unique
No, did he?
projectile, which is
But
pretty
look
cool.
at-
So Springtrap has two weapons. I get to finally announce
Two
that
weapons?
the community have been talking about it. So he has a large pizza knife as his main weapon, and a
Sure.
heavy fire axe as his power.
Ooh, the fire axe.
I fucking
So,
knew
let's
they were
talk
gonna
about
say
the
something about the
axe.
fucking fire
How
axe,
do you
bro.
use the axe? How's it different from projectiles that other characters in Dead by Daylight use?
Yeah, so it's a very unique. It's not gonna play like any other projectile killer.
It's a projectile?
We wanted to do something a little bit interesting with it. So if you throw the axe and it hits something in the environment, whether it's a missed shot or it's deliberate, it creates an AoE. That
What's
lasts
his
about 15
passive
seconds.
then? What's his passive power?
And if a survivor walks through it, you get killer instinct on them for a short period of time. If you hit a survivor with it, kind of gets lodged in their back while you're chasing.
Kind of have an axe lodged in your back.
Just a
No
little
big
bit.
deal.
So they can remove it manually, or they can do it quicker in co-op with another survivor. As Springtrap, you can also retrieve it yourself. If you get in close, you can skip kind of the steps of downing the survivor and picking them up. You get in close to a survivor that has the axe embedded in them. You click the button, you grab the axe and the survivor at the same time. You get a cool little jump scare, and then you're carrying them on your shoulder.
A jump scare? That sounds pretty
Couple
cool.
little notes. One of them is while you have your projectile available, you move at 4.4 meters per second. There he is.
There's a little glimpse of some jump scare action.
But once you've thrown the axe, you actually move at 4.6.
Aha.
per second. It's something that we've never really
You
done
go
basically
fast when you
for
throw the
killer.
axe. Okay, okay, okay.
It makes for some really interesting tactical choices, meaning that you have to recall the axe manually.
Yo,
It never comes back
that shit's
automatically unless you
fucking
throw it
so
out of
hype, bro.
bounds.
Like,
Make
that's
a
so
mistake.
fucking hype.
But yeah, as long as it's in the environment or in a survivor or whatever it is, you have to manually recall it.
So it lightens his load a little bit, makes him a bit faster.
Exactly.
Perfect. So that brings us to another unique part of his gameplay, and I think super iconic to Five Nights at Freddy's, the security office. So let's get into that.
Yeah. So
Security
it was really
office?
important for us to give the killer and the survivor a really kind of interesting shared experience in that space, which allowed us to also lean into the jump scares. And some of the ways we came up with was to introduce a security office, which is part of any trial that Springtrap is the killer. It's part of his power, but it acts as kind of a transitionary space. So we have 7 doors that appear randomly around the map at chest spawns, and these can be used by survivors or killers to teleport around the map.
Yeah, there be a door.
There it is. And survivors can also use them for surveillance. So as a survivor, you interact with the door. It brings up the camera view. You'll get the kind of iconic map view in the bottom right of all the different cameras. On the bottom left, you'll see your battery power, which we'll talk about in a second. You can see what's going on in the other doors. You can switch between doors. If you see something that, if it looks safe on the other end, you press the button, your character goes into the security office, and then it's almost like a theme park experience where you see this first-person view going through the office, which is really cool.
And one thing you mentioned, again, just in case we have new folks playing.
That's what the camera was.
Regardless
Yeah,
of what
okay.
map you're playing on, this functionality, the security room will be there as long as Springtrap is the killer in the match.
Yeah, exactly. And as a survivor, if you happen to see Springtrap through a camera, if you train your camera on him for a few seconds, he'll be revealed for a little bit for the whole survivor team.
Nice.
That's a cool feature.
And what about if, like,
Loop, loop, Star
what if
Wars.
Springtrap goes in at the same time
Uncle
as a survivor
Samsonite?
goes in at a
This
different
isn't
door?
Pillar Shades, although that is
so
really
since
close
they
to
can
Uncle
both use the
Samsonite.
doors
This is
in the
not Pillar
security
Shades.
office,
Yeah.
we wanted to make sure that there was an opportunity for that interaction. So if a survivor is moving through that space from one door to the other, and Springtrap, excuse me, chooses one of those 2 doors, whether the one they're coming from or the one they're going to, he'll interrupt them in the security office for a fun little surprise.
Ooh, awesome! I love all the little touches that the team has planted in there like that. I think the fans are really gonna love it, including this. You mentioned the battery. Managing the battery is part of this as well. So how's that work in DBD?
Yeah, so survivors share a universal battery. It's shared amongst all of them. It drains a little bit, kind of ticks down per second while you're using the cameras. We didn't want players to just be the man in the chair and just sitting there and telling all their friends. So it drains a little
It's
bit
not right.
using the teleporter to move around the map. Takes off a big old chunk in one shot. And then you have to kind of manage that battery as a team. It slowly recharges on its own over time, but you have to kind of manage when and where you're using it. If the battery does run out, the security system, which is kind of the doors, the cameras, the office, goes into shutdown mode for 45 seconds. But Springtrap is not affected by the battery. So if the survivors have kind of overplayed their hand and they shut the security office down, they've kind of given up their one bit of power in this chapter, and Springtrap can still use the doors and bounce around and do whatever he
Dangerous.
wants.
Dangerous. Fantastic. But what about disabling the doors?
Yes.
Yes.
So to go back to the axe, if the killer hits either a camera or a door, the whole thing with their axe, that door and the camera become survivors. They can't use it to teleport away. They can't teleport to that door, and they can't see through the camera that's been disabled.
Got it.
When the killer retrieves it, that effect lingers a little bit. It becomes a really cool way of like, I need to scope this area out, but I don't want to be revealed or seen. You can disable the door, move around, use it to fake the survivors out.
Got it. But it's not permanent. The door can be used again after the axe has been retrieved. Cool.
Unless it's in shutdown, which means the survivors can't use it anyway.
Right. Cool. Okay. So speaking about moving around the map, which it sounds like we have a new exciting way to do that. One of the coolest things about the chapter, in fact, is the map. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is now a new map, a new level within Dead by Daylight for DBD fans, specifically in the Withered Isle realm.
Withered
So
Isle.
what can you tell us about the map?
Yeah,
I suspected that.
So the art team and the level design team, much like me, they did a ton of research and like, I don't say this just because we're doing the stream here, but it's becoming one of my favorite maps. I love it so much. In the same way that we worked hard at kind of integrating a lot of opportunities for jump scares into the killer gameplay, their team really wanted to make sure that they did the same when it comes to things like Easter eggs and scares around the map. So it really pays off if you're kind of an exploratory player a little bit.
Amazing. So are there some areas that you want to shout out that Five Nights at Freddy's fans might recognize?
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be a lot. You'll see a lot of small references and stuff, but obviously we've recreated a lot of it from the game. But we're also letting you exit the pizzeria to explore the outside a little bit, which is really cool. And we wanted to kind of add a little bit more space to allow for more dynamic chases.
Yeah.
But for the rooms, we've got the lobby, we've got the dining hall, of course, with the full animatronic band on stage. It's very cool. And we have the arcade. Which
Yo,
is,
this map is gonna be
it's all
small,
very
though.
kind of creepily decorated like a birthday party. And we have areas like the kitchen and even the mechanical room, which is cool.
This I was wondering about. Looks like
See
pretty
the
fast.
lotus right there,
For
too.
Freddy
Yeah,
Shred
so
Chair, pretty
altogether,
fast
this
chair,
should
whatever
kind
the
of feel
fuck
like
you wanna call it.
I guess a formerly working
Freddy.
Yes.
pizzeria. And of course,
You
this is
get
Dead by
you get the
Daylight.
gist.
Into these weird pustules and deformations are everywhere to remind you exactly of where you still are and
You're
where
making a
stopped.
judgment call on those pustules there, Jay.
But if you're a Five Nights at Freddy's fan, I think you're really gonna love the map. They've done a lot of really cool work.
Yeah, it's super fun. And it looks really good too. The art team did knock it out of the park. But also with Springtrap wandering around, it's like a terror. And I think for Five Nights at Freddy's fans, like, whoop, so one other nice thing that we did mention on the PAX broadcast, but I do want to mention it again, we're gonna have a separate queue for this map specifically, which means
Stop, bro. Dang.
you want to go to the game and you just want to check out the map. Normally, in the past, you'd be in the general rotation of maps and all that. Now you can go straight in just to the pizzeria. without
Oh,
having
it's
to
gonna be like a
hope
game.
that you
Okay.
get there. So it's going to be its own queue when you join the game.
Yeah, and that's a feature that's going forward with any chapter with a new map. We'll have a
Perfect.
unique queue for that new map, which is really cool.
Perfect. Okay. How about some last tips for
Yep.
survivors and for killer players?
Yeah, so for the killer, as Springtrap, get used to the arc of the projectile. As I said, it's super unique compared to
The
other
thing is, I
projectile killers.
fucking hate
We've done
projectile
something that really
killers.
allows you to kind of pull off some pretty gnarly trick shots. We've seen some really interesting ones on our internal playtest. It's been super fun. So test that out, get used to it, and take advantage of the jump scares.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you're playing with your friends, hearing them shout in your ear is always a great time.
Yes.
But for survivors, take advantage of the cameras and the doors. It may seem a little unsafe because you can be interrupted or whatever, but they're really valuable tools if you get used to them and you use it to reveal the killer and kind of scoping out the area. You'll get more of an advantage out of them than I think you realize at first.
Heck yeah.
But yeah.
Well, Jay, thank you so much, as
Thank you.
always, for joining us on the couch with your wonderful work and the fun stuff that you've planted in there. Soon enough, people will get to play around with it. I know you're going to be glued to your Twitch screen so you
Oh,
can watch
yes.
people play it and test it out. Thank you so much for joining us. The show must roll on. So next, we're going to bring out our friend Justin Banks to fill you in on DDD's anniversary event that's right around.
Whoa, wait.
Bye, everybody.
We didn't get gameplay? What shit was like? No gameplay, man? Bro, what? No gameplay is crazy. That is insane. I'm angry for that.
so one of oh my god, my throat. I died. But one of the best things for Dead by Daylight that makes me really excited around this time of year is that there's always something to celebrate. And this year is no different. Because not only are we welcoming in Five Nights at Freddy's to the Fog, but also our anniversary event is right around the corner. So, what better way to party and welcome back the anniversary event and get ourselves nice and warm by the fire than with Justin Banks?
Thank you, George. I'm really happy to be back with all you guys out there. Another masquerade, another year where they dust me off, take me out to the water. So there's lots of stuff going on, and it's a special one because, as I think you saw by the title just before, after 4 years, this is going to be our final masquerade. We have lots of laughs, lots of fun, and the response to all of the gameplay, the cosmetics, the aesthetics have all been incredible since we got this party started. So our final masquerade event is actually going to start in about a month and run from June 25th to July 16th. While we're sad to see it go, I mean, it was a really, really fun theme that we worked on internally. We've had a gas working on it every single year, but we're going to close out with one last big hurrah before moving on to something completely brand new for our 10th anniversary next year. So I don't want to hype, I don't want to tease, but come back a year from now and we're going to have something really special for you.
I'm really excited to see what we come up with. But also when in terms of actual gameplay,
Well,
we're talking about the return of Twisted Masquerade.
But
Is it true that the team decided
why
to
change it?
work
Just
on
keep
fine-tuning
Twisted Masquerade, bro.
what we
Everybody
currently
fucking likes
got
it.
instead of adding new
I love the cosmetics
things
personally.
to the whole shebang?
Yeah, exactly. So there's a few things that we're doing to really focus on the quality of life of the game overall. So you've seen all of you guys out there. I don't even know which camera I'm looking at. That one. All of you guys out there, you've all seen how we're pushing for quality of life. We want to make sure that it's a game that, it's a game you guys deserve. You've stuck with us for such a long time. We're fixing long-standing bugs. We're adding features to just improve your overall experience. And we want that to translate to how we deal with events as well. So we made the decision to focus a lot of our resources on that quality of life and less so on adding to new gameplay features for this final Twisted Masquerade event.
Okay, so in terms of that then, what can players expect to see returning to the Fog with this Twisted Masquerade?
So returning,
Okay.
I can just summarize by saying all the really cool stuff that we've done before. Again, it's fun to work on this stuff year after year.
That fucking model, dude. Like, I'm gonna Google that like later. After stream, I'm definitely going to that. Try that.
Those opportunities.
There he is right there.
That model, bro. I'm going into this, bro. Oh, it looks like. Oh, beautiful, bro.
On screen, by
There
the
he
way.
is, yeah,
I think we even have another one of him doing a little bit of a grab.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we gave him a pretty unique
Hold on,
projectile, which is really cool. So Springtrap has 2 weapons. I get to finally announce. I know the community have been talking about it. So he has a large pizza knife as his main weapon, and a heavy fire axe as his power.
Ooh, the fire axe.
It's just big.
So
We're
let's
not-
talk about
no,
the axe.
No gameplay is crazy. That's all I gotta say. No gameplay is crazy. And what do we do when we wait? Flip that for. Getting right. I gotta do better. This taking a lot more than 2 minutes. And I had it somewhere installed. It's not even on Steam. Yeah, see. I don't know why I just did all that. Oh, wait, not fucking mine. Shit. Okay, but downloading FNAF World, like, game jam will be so much faster. I just realized that. What the fuck? Bitch. Just stay on my present. I gotta get better than one of my favorite. Oh, bitch, I'm a big gangster. Cocaine slang. What the fuck is this? Oh, Jesus, that fucking scared me. Taking my best and I got a few butters but my barrel. Oh, bitch, I'm a big gangster. For the fuck, fuck, shit, fuck. What is bitch tasting? What this bitch tasting me, boy? Fuck. There you go. What the fuck is this? Is that Momo Baldy? What the actual fuck, dude? That's terrifying, dude. Stick him in the boot. Terrible enough in that world. Bro, I just trying to argue downloads and I'm about to hop on to play. The thing's gonna be ready. The beta thing. 9 years this game is as old as fucking Dead by Daylight. That was crazy. Ooh. 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 Nah. It's cause this shit's downloaded, that's why. I thought I paused it. Whatever, I guess we're just gonna keep letting it go. Nah, we're not. Just like in the player test bones, no fun fact. Anybody start yet, bruh? You feel me?